Did you know that this is only the second time in the history of the NBA playoffs that the two teams left are led by rookie coaches? Hello and welcome back to the Sports Rant. Today I'm going to talk about the NBA Finals. We've gone through the playoffs, we've seen some great matchups, but we have our two final teams, the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. After last night's win, Golden State made it back to the finals for the first time since 1975. And Cleveland has made it much more recently with LeBron's first stint with Cleveland. And the one thing, like I said earlier, that is very surprising is both coaches that lead these teams is their first year in that leadership role. Now, there's no question that both teams are extremely talented and deserve to be in these finals. I think the East Coast was fairly weak, but Cleveland is a great team, especially defensively. And with LeBron playing how he's been playing in the last two series, Cleveland was pretty much guaranteed a final spot. I don't think any team in the East could stop that ball that LeBron started I would say in the second round. He just started playing better than any player has played in a very long time. Golden State is, of course, led by Stephen Curry. He is the best shooter in the league, no question. This is an interesting stat. He shot better from the three-point line than Dwight Howard shot from the free throw line in these playoffs. And that just tells you a lot. The corner three is pretty much his dagger. He shot, I think, 13 of 16 in this series from that corner. One thing that has been working for the Cavs is their backup players. LeBron can't do it all, although he tries. He does come up short, and their backup players have come up in these playoffs. During the regular season, they did have a good supporting cast, but especially in these playoffs, Matthew Dellavedova and J.R. Smith have come up big. One thing that had many people worried was the fact that Kyrie Irving was injured, especially in this last round. He had tendonitis in his knee, and so he didn't play most of the series. He did play in that last clinching game, but Matthew Dellavedova has stepped up huge as the leading point guard. He was playing very aggressive, and that made some people, especially Hawks fans and the Hawks players, upset. He was diving for balls and taking people out, and a few people actually, Kyle Korver was injured on a play involving Matthew Dellavedova, but when it came down to it, he was just being aggressive and trying to make his spot heard on that team, trying to make, his contract runs out at the end of the season. He's trying to secure his stance here in the league. And as well, J.R. Smith has stepped up huge. He's been shooting better. He's been running the offense as well when Matthew isn't in, or when LeBron's tired, or when they need an alternate look. So if the Cavs want this to be a matchup against Golden State, they're going to have to play on all cylinders and really put an offensive power against Golden State, because Golden State's going to bring it no matter what. They have the offensive power. They're able to hit threes like no other team in the league. And if you're not keeping up with them, they'll leave you in the dust. Now, for Golden State, one thing that they will have to do is stop LeBron. He single-handedly can win games if you don't pay attention. And if they're not able to lock him down, which they might have problems locking down such a large player. Many times you have someone that big, you don't have a player that can match up against them defensively. And LeBron's 6'8", and he can shoot anywhere on the court. So you have to have someone who's fast enough, or have a defense that can switch on and off depending on where he is on the court, to give him different defenders, or else he will take control of the game. Also, one thing that the Golden State Warriors are going to have to look out for is Klay Thompson in this last game last night took a knee to the ear pretty hard, and he had to go back and get some stitches because it was bleeding, and came out and finished the game. But after the game, he was very dizzy and unable to even drive himself home, and was very nauseous, which are obvious signs of concussion. He's going to have to pass some tests, and if he's having headaches, they're going to be without their second best shooter. And without that power offensively, the Cavs can take advantage of that, and we'll have to see in the next few days how his concussion symptoms work out. I honestly believe when it comes down to it, Golden State is just too powerful. They have so many weapons offensively that even if they aren't locking you down on defense and you are getting a lot of points, they're going to get more. And they go in these streaks where they might get off to a bad start or they might have a bad quarter, and you might be, getting your hopes up, and then you look away for 2 seconds and they've scored 12 points in just a couple minutes. So I think offensively, Golden State's just too powerful. Sadly, I would love to see LeBron be able to, play his game like he has been, where it's worked against the East Coast teams, where he's been able to dominate and actually win games single-handedly. But I think when it comes down to it, he doesn't have the supporting staff that he needs. I think that there's players that really want it and will play hard for the Cavs, but I don't think they have enough. So when it comes down to it, I think that it's going to be Golden State in 6. I think that the Cavs will be able to put it together enough to win a couple games, probably at home, but that Golden State will eventually prevail, and the cream will rise to the top. And that Golden State, I think they're the best team in the league, and that they will ultimately be the champions at the end of this series. So tell me what you believe down below, what you think is going to happen. Do you think that LeBron has enough to really take it against Golden State, to really put the pressure on them, and hopefully, for his case, that the Golden State will be, stumbling? Or do you think that Golden State is just too powerful? Like I said, tell me down below and we can have a discussion. So that's going to do it for the Sports Rant. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more of these videos and we can talk more about sports, and like this video so it can get promoted. When you like videos, it helps it be shown more to people who are looking up sports topics, and this video will pop up, and so that we can have a better discussion about sports. So stay tuned and we'll see you next time.